remember England won for the first time in a long time. Having played against Australia, it was not a feeling that I know. So it was a fantastic series, not just for English cricket, but I think world cricket as well. It was just at the period where Australia was starting to be knocked off their perch, and it sort of gave everyone a bit of hope. As the series in general, though, I mean, the usual ones really, Edgbaston and England somehow scraping across the line with the glove down the leg side and a catch of Geraint Jones, Freddie going up to Brett Lee during that series and consolidating and having peppered him. But I think the overriding memory, my overriding memory of the series was actually here at the Oval. England were under a bit of pressure, and Peterson, playing in his first Test series, hooking Brett Lee off his nose, bowling 90 miles an hour, and ended up in that stand. He did it on several occasions. And then the joy then when England won in the sunshine, slightly farcical circumstances with the umpires taking the bails off. But Edgbaston, that game, if England had lost, I think that was it for the Ashes. They won somehow, and they fought their way back to this fantastic climax here at the Oval. And Peterson taking on Brett Lee was, for me, the defining moment of it. I'm not sure if it changed Test match cricket, other than perhaps it knocked Australia back a little bit, which perhaps may have given other sides a bit of confidence. It certainly changed English cricket, in good and bad. It sort of meant that England had reached their goal. They'd reached the pinnacle of what they set out to achieve, and it had been a gradual build-up through the South African series, West Indies series. All of a sudden they'd won the Ashes, and then a couple of injuries took their toll, Flintoff and Vaughan, and it just slid a little bit, culminating in that drubbing down in Australia in the next series. But it was an absolute pinnacle of what Vaughan and Fletcher were trying to achieve, and it gave English cricket a real belief that they could beat Australia. Certainly in the English public eye, yeah, I mean, against Australia as well. You know, we're seeing sold out Ashes venues in this series, and there's always been something special about the Ashes, and they've always been played to full houses. But you know, the series I played in 2001, there was no great expectation of England winning that series. 2005 was different, and then England won, so it just reinforced, I think, how important Ashes cricket was to Englishmen. Well, it was brilliant, wasn't it? I mean, Trafalgar Square, and they'd all been on the wine or whatever until the early hours, and there were some shocking sights with the guys on top of the bus. But I remember I spoke to a lot of them about that, and they were a little bit embarrassed, I think, to be getting on the bus, and they didn't think anyone would turn up. And then as soon as they turned around to Trafalgar Square and saw those crowds, you know, it's a memory they will always remember, and we will remember it for some very bleary-eyed cricketers.